Ever feel like you're on autopilot?
Yeah.
Just going through the motions.
Yeah.
I know I have. It's like,
Yeah.
what even is the point sometimes, right?
Right.
That's actually one of the things that drew me to the Bhagavat Gita,
Okay.
this ancient text. It's a dialogue between a warrior, Arjuna, and his charioteer, Krishna.
Right.
And Krishna also happens to be God.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
But what always struck me was how relevant it felt even thousands of years later.
Yeah.
So today we're diving into its wisdom with help from A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's commentary.
Okay.
It's called Bhagavat Gita, as it is.
So is the idea with this commentary to kind of get back to like the core message of the Gita?
That's exactly it.
Okay.
Prabhupada, he was really focused on presenting the Gita as it is,
Yeah.
free from interpretations that might dilute the message.
So no spinning it to fit a certain agenda.
Nope.
Just the text as it's been understood, I guess, for centuries.
It's like he's saying, look, here's the source code for a meaningful life. No need to reinvent the wheel, right?
Yeah.
Just apply these principles.
I like that.
Yeah.
So how does the Gita frame this whole living a more meaningful life thing?
Well, it starts by helping us see the bigger picture.
Okay.
Like the true nature of reality.
Yeah.
The Gita describes this material world, the one we experience with our senses.
Yeah.
It says it's just a reflection of a higher spiritual reality.
So like a mirage.
Kind of, but more like imagine a beautiful tree reflected in a lake.
Okay.
The reflection is real. You can see it. You can even touch it.
Right.
But it's not the actual tree, is it?
It's dependent on that lake being there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just like that reflection, our experiences, our joys and sorrows, it's all temporary.
It's all fleeting.
Fleeting reflections of a more permanent reality.
Okay, so how do we connect with that deeper reality then?
That's where these concepts of Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan come in.
Okay.
They're like different lenses to help us grasp the nature of the divine.
The source of everything.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
So Brahman, it's like this infinite ocean of consciousness, the energy or awareness that connects everything.
Okay.
And each of us were like tiny droplets in that ocean.
Okay.
Sparks of that same consciousness.
So that's where Paramatma comes in.
You got it.
Okay.
Paramatma is that individual soul,
Gotcha.
the silent observer inside each of us.
It's giving we're all connected vibes.
It really is.
Yeah.
And then there's Bhagavan,
Okay.
often understood as Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the sun,
Okay.
the source of both the ocean Brahman
Right.
and those individual droplets, Paramatma.
So he's like the ultimate source.
The ultimate source.
Okay, so we've got Brahman, the ocean of consciousness, Paramatma, our own little spark of that consciousness, and then Bhagavan as the source of it all.
Like a cosmic family.
I like that.
And the Gita, it's basically a guidebook for reuniting with that source,
Okay.
realizing our true nature as part of that divine family.
And that's where the paths to liberation come in, right?
You got it. The different ways we can bridge that gap between the reflection and the reality.
So how many paths are we talking about?
The Gita outlines 3 main paths:
Okay.
Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga.
So it's kind of like choosing your own adventure, but for spiritual growth.
Exactly. Each one's a different approach, but they all lead to the same destination.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So where do we even begin with these paths?
Yeah, so we've got our 3 paths: Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga.
It's like picking a hiking trail.
Right.
Different routes, same mountaintop.
I like that analogy.
So let's start with Karma Yoga.
Okay.
Imagine you're watching a movie so captivating you forget it's not real.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
The drama, the excitement,
Totally.
you're completely hooked.
Mm-hmm.
Karma Yoga, that's about remembering, hey, it's just a movie.
So it's about detachment.
Not quite detachment. It's more like acting with awareness.
Okay.
You fulfill your duties, your responsibilities,
Right.
but you're not overly attached to the outcome.
So it's not about being passive.
Not at all.
Okay.
It's about choosing how you respond,
Even when things are tough.
especially then.
That's a powerful way to approach life.
It is.
Work relationships, even just getting things done.
It's about finding freedom in that detachment.
Which leads us to Jnana Yoga.
Okay.
So if Karma Yoga is about remembering it's a movie,
Right.
Jnana Yoga is like, figuring out how the projector works.
You could say that.
Okay.
Jnana Yoga, it's the path of knowledge and wisdom.
So it's about diving deeper,
Exactly.
questioning our perception,
Unmasking the illusion
and realizing our true self,
of our true nature as Paramatma.
distinct from the material world.
Exact.
Sounds intense.
It can be.
Yeah.
A lot of self-reflection meditation, maybe some philosophical debates.
Not for the casual seeker.
Maybe not.
Which brings us to Bhakti Yoga.
The path of devotion.
This one always resonated with me.
It's a beautiful path.
So if Karma Yoga is about detachment, and Jnana Yoga is about understanding the mechanics.
Bhakti Yoga is about falling in love with the director of the movie.
Okay, I love that.
Bhagavan or Krishna.
Cultivating love and surrender to that ultimate source.
And the beauty of it.
Yeah?
You don't have to renounce the world to walk this path.
You don't have to become a scholar.
It's about bringing that devotional energy into everything you do.
Work, relationships, creativity.
Seeing everything as an offering.
Expression of that love.
And the Gita tells us even small steps on this path can have a huge impact.
Like what kind of small steps?
Chanting mantras.
Okay.
Connecting with like-minded people.
Practicing mindfulness.
Bringing that awareness into your actions.
It's like that idea of yukta vairagya.
Being in the world, but not of it.
Maintaining that inner connection.
That balance of engagement and detachment.
It makes you wonder if we can achieve that kind of inner peace.
What else is possible?
Exactly.
That's a question the Gita wants us to explore. It reminds us this life, this material existence, it's just one chapter in a much larger story.
This idea of a larger story.
Yeah.
It makes you think about what happens after this life is over, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, is it game over or is there something more?
The Gita talks about this idea of reincarnation.
Okay, so this life is just one chapter.
Right.
And our actions kind of carry over.
Exactly. They create a momentum.
Interesting.
Think of it like playing a video game.
Okay.
You get invested in your character, their progress, their stuff.
Oh, yeah, totally.
But then what happens? You reach the end of the game, right? Or you run out of lives?
You start over.
Exactly. Maybe you even choose a different character.
So our souls go through something similar.
That's the idea. This life, it's like one round in a much bigger game.
And our actions, they're like shaping the next round.
Exactly. And it's not about being punished or rewarded. It's about understanding the natural consequences of our choices.
So the more we learn about the rules of the game,
the better we become at playing.
I like it.
The Gita's teachings, they're like offering us strategies,
to navigate these cycles of life and death.
And ultimately transcend them.
So it's about leveling up our consciousness.
Absolutely.
Not just in this life, but in the grand scheme of things.
Exactly. And that's what's so empowering about all of this.
Yeah.
We're not just along for the ride.
We have choices.
We have the power to choose our actions, our intentions.
And ultimately shape our own destiny.
In this lifetime and beyond.
It's like we've been handed a map to a world we never even knew existed.
And the best part is this map, it's available to everyone.
That's the beauty of it.
The Gita doesn't discriminate.
It's a guidebook for anyone and everyone.
Exactly.
Well, on that note,
yeah,
I think we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into the Bhagavat Gita.
It's been a journey.
It really has, and I'm so grateful to have had you here to guide us through it.
Thanks for having me.
To our listeners, if you're feeling inspired, pick up the Bhagavat Gita for yourselves.
Explore it.
See what resonates with you.
You might be surprised by what you find.
And remember, the journey of self-discovery, it's ongoing.
It doesn't end here.
So keep seeking, keep questioning, and as always, thanks for diving in with us.
See you next time.